Hi again, and welcome back to Casa Giulio. Last time we shared with you our floor plans, which are now with a Geometra. And today we're going to take a deeper dive into our design philosophy, the heart of our renovation, which is our lookbook. We will share a few sections and also drop the full lookbook in the description for you to read. And as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Okay, so let's dive in. Over the past 18 years together, we've moved through so many different styles in our homes, but most of them have been really modern until now. Now we're trying to create something quite different with the farmhouse. We're actually building a space that will slow us down or help to slow us down. A space where we can breathe, relax, and really just live a slower life here in Italy. At the heart of our design philosophy is this idea that our home should be our sanctuary. It should be a place that nurtures our well-being, almost healing by design. And for us, that means natural materials, soft light, texture, subtle colors, nothing flashy, and definitely nothing forced. Here in Italy, we want our space to feel comfortable from the very first day that we move into the farmhouse. We want it to be a home that grows with us and really a place for slow mornings, but also long evenings. Okay, so let's get started with the exterior now that we've talked about the vibe. The exterior really sets the tone for Casa Giulio. We wanted a look that honours the 200-year-old heritage of this home. The texture of the original stone walls, the proportions, the windows, the natural timber shutters, it all tells a story about tradition. We're actually really super excited to start pulling off the existing plaster and see what's underneath. You can see some of our footage that a lot of it's, well, not a lot of it, but some of it has actually come off in quite big chunks. So we've got glimpses of what's under there, sort of like a pinky, reddy brick. We will try and retain some of this original brickwork as much as we can. And there's actually products that we've been looking into. One of them is called like a lime wash, which is not actually thick like a paint. It goes on like a paint, but it actually allows the bricks to breathe. So these are certain products that we're going to look at to see how we can keep as much of the natural look of the brick as possible. And finally, for the exterior, we will choose timber elements for the windows and doors that age and patina naturally. The exterior should feel timeless, rooted in history, softened by age, and welcoming to anyone who approaches. Okay, so now let's move inside. We're going to talk today about the kitchen, the flooring and ceilings, and the bathroom, but also the intangible vibe. There are obviously other rooms in the house, but we'll chat about them another time. Okay, let's start with the hub of the home, the kitchen. We envision a kitchen that is simple and timeless. Natural stone countertops, solid timber cabinetry, a big farmhouse sink, and large French doors that swing out to the garden and vineyard. You can almost smell the grapes when washing up. And other details will include open shelving, a heavy work table that doubles as gathering space. The kitchen should feel practical, durable, but actually elegant in its simplicity. We are aiming for a kitchen that is built around real life, for cooking, for gathering, but also for laughing. Right, so now let's move on to the flooring. The flooring is super important and should never be overlooked in a house because it really does give the foundation for the vibe of the place. For the flooring, we're choosing terracotta throughout. We're looking for handcrafted tiles in a soft light pink hue. We've actually been super keen to try and source reclaimed tiles because over here there are a lot of old houses that get restored or demolished, and there are businesses that sell the old floors and doors and lots of different things. We'll try to source reclaimed pieces wherever we can. However, from the research we've done, this option could be a bit of a challenge for us given the amount of tiles that we need. What we've discovered is that even though reclamation tiles are stunningly beautiful because of their detail and imperfections, but in large quantities are actually hard to find. And then comes cost, which is another consideration, as reclamation tiles can be really high. So this is a design option we'll keep researching and we'll let you know how we go. We would actually also love to hear from anyone who has renovated with terracotta flooring. What's been your experience, and do you have any advice for us? Okay, so let's talk about ceilings. Another big part of the look and feel of the interior are ceilings. And for the ceilings, we would like to try and honour the original Piemonte curves. We've got curves in our ceilings, which you might have seen in the previous videos. We'd like to try and keep the gentle arches because it gives the farmhouse their unmistakable character. And in the barn side, we'll explore options for exposing the timber beams to try and bring depth, rhythm, and that rustic elegance we absolutely love. The goal is that natural materials that ground us, paired with ceiling lines that lift the space and fill it with light, character, and history. All right, let's talk bathrooms. This is quite simple for us. Our bathroom will be intentionally simple with micro cement, walls in soft neutral tones, maybe a stone basin, and definitely warm wood cabinetry. No glass, no glossy tiles, nothing flashy. Just thoughtful materials, gentle curves, and mood lighting that creates a space to slow down and breathe. A quiet, calming room with rustic elegance woven through every detail. All right, so let's finish up the interior by talking about the vibe. This house for us is more than anything a feeling. We're designing a home that whispers rather than shouts. And it'll be a space built on natural textures, soft colours, gentle light, and calm energy. In a world that moves way too quickly, we're trying to design a home that helps us to slow down and finally exhale. This renovation isn't about perfection. It's about creating a life that wraps its arms around us, a life where we feel calm and at peace and connected to the world around us. So if you're dreaming also of a home that feels peaceful, grounding and alive, come with us and let's create it together. Thank you for being a part of Casa Julia journey. And next, we're going to dive into the practical elements of our design. But until then, slow down, breathe, and imagine the space that feels like home to you. Ciao for now.